The glorious past of professional wrestling is studded with special moments. These moments are responsible for countless cherished memories for the fans, as well as for the wrestlers themselves. Not only are they a part of history, but some of these moments have granted the performers an immortal status. There are numerous instances that could be termed the greatest ever WWE moment, but we have come up with a list of moments that were so good that brought a seismic shift in that particular era. Join us now as we take a look at the top 10 era-defining moments in WWE.
The greatest professional athlete in the world today. Look at this.
Hulk Hogan body slams Andre the Giant. A moment that has been etched in the memories of wrestling fanatics since 1987 is Hulk Hogan performing a body slam on the Colossus, Andre the Giant. The wrestling world came to a standstill on that glorious WrestleMania-free night. The Hulkster seemingly pulled off a miracle in the squared circle by lifting his 525-pound opponent. The eighth wonder of the world was on the fag end of his career, while Hogan was on his way to the very top. This very moment became a passing of a symbolic torch from Andre to the Immortal One. At the same time, it became an everlasting instance for the fans to savor up to this day. The maneuver became so popular that it was later dubbed the body slam that was heard around the world. In wrestling history terms, the body slam changed the landscape of WWE forever. It gave the wrestling world a new superstar in Hogan, while also embarking on a new era.
16. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Stone Cold's Austin 316 promo. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, had humble origins in the erstwhile WCW and then WWE. During his early days in the Stamford-based promotion, he portrayed the gimmick of the Ringmaster. Although the Texas Rattlesnake tried his level best, the gimmick did not resonate with the audience. He requested a change of persona. That is how he entered his Stone Cold persona. Austin's fortunes turned for the better when he won the 1996 King of the Ring tournament by beating Jake the Snake Robert. What immediately catapulted him into greatness was his impromptu promo after the win. The bionic redneck would mock his opponent's Robert's born-again Christian gimmick by imparting his own gospel to the world. The iconic Austin 316 phrase was coined right at the very moment, and a new star was born. The shoot promo turned out to be one of the most revered instances ever in WWE's history. In hindsight, the promo could be massively credited for Austin's stellar career in later years. Shawn Michaels throws Marty Jannetty through Brutus the Barber Beefcake shop's glass. The Rockers was a high-flying and agile tag team that took WWE by storm in the early 90s. The dynamic duo of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty impressed everyone with their unconventional moveset. Both looked inseparable and destined for a sustained run until the now iconic barbershop segment. Michaels and Jannetty had some real-life heat that transpired in their on-screen pairing. The two gave an interview in 1992 to clear the air about their apparent dislike for each other. All seemed to be well between the team after the dialogue, but the Heartbreak Kid had another idea. He attacked his partner Jannetty with the Sweet Chin music and infamously threw him through the window pane of the kayfabe barbershop of Brutus Beefcake. The visuals of Mr. WrestleMania sending his companion through the glass is considered one of the most important milestones in WWE's history. Both went their separate ways after the incident, while Michaels went on to become an all-time great, and Jannetty got lost in the obscurity of the wrestling industry. The Undertaker throws Mankind off the top of Hell in a Cell. What happens when you pit the Phenom against the Deranged Soul? That too, in a barbaric match. Sheer unpredictability reigned supreme when The Undertaker squared off against Mankind at the 1998 King of the Ring PPV in a Hell in a Cell match. The encounter has since achieved legendary status due to the daredevil nature of bumps taken by Mankind, aka Mick Foley. The dead man threw Foley from the top of the 16-foot tall structure onto the announce table. This would not be all, as Taker also performed his trademark chokeslam on Foley on the roof of the cell. The roof gave way as the hardcore legend landed awkwardly in the ring, forming a crater from his fall. Many in the arena were concerned for Foley's safety, and rightly so, because of the nature of the bumps he had taken. He ended up with a ruptured spleen, dislocated shoulder, broken ribs, broken jaw, neck, and back injuries due to the two fall. The visuals of Foley going through a free fall onto the announce tables below have become an integral part of WWE's folklore over the year. While both competitors were big names before the match, this iconic moment helped them achieve immortal status. What makes the clash even more special is that neither any wrestler nor WWE can dare to recreate this masterpiece ever again. Stone Cold poses as a doctor before attacking Vince McMahon. Stone Cold's rivalry with then WWE Chairman Vince McMahon is memorable because of many over-the-top segments. The two portrayed a rebellious employee and an evil employer role to perfection. Austin fended off every effort from McMahon to tame him, and that made for exciting TV content. One of the most remembered moments from their feud has to be the time when the Rattlesnake disguised himself as a doctor. McMahon, who was admitted to the kayfabe hospital, was seemingly unaware of his rival's master plan. Austin proceeded to remove his getup and bash his employer with anything he could get his hands on. He notably smashed a metal pan on his boss's head and even used a piece of hospital equipment during this surprise attack. This moment not only elevated McMahon and Austin's tussle to a new level, but also gave fans a moment to savor forever. The segment has become so popular over the years that it has been featured on WWE programming on many occasions. Mike Tyson betrays Shawn Michaels at 0714. Fans were up for a treat when the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, appeared in WWE. In a shocking turn of events, he aligned himself with the notorious faction D-Generation X. The group's member, Shawn Michaels, was set to defend his WWF title against Stone Cold at the upcoming WrestleMania 14 event. Tyson's appointment as the special guest enforcer in the main event led to many to believe that it was advantageous for Michaels. However, they were in for a major shock, as exactly the opposite happened. Iron Mike made the free count, with Austin having the Heartbreak Kid pinned to the mat, crowning a new champion with a swerve that no one saw coming. He proceeded to celebrate with Austin and was even given an Austin 316 shirt by the new champ. This infuriated Mike as he confronted Tyson, but a knockout punch from the legendary boxer laid him out for good. Tyson entering the wrestling world was a pretty big deal at the time. Adding him to the main event mix went a long way in promoting that year's Mania. The boxer's actions that night led to a new era in WWE, one that saw Stone Cold sitting atop the mountain.
Can you? Wait a minute! Stone Cold! Get beer!
Stone Cold gives a beer bath to the corporation. Stone Cold has been the architect of many revered moments in WWE. One such instance has to be the time when he drenched the heel faction corporation with an unusual beer bath. Austin was set to face the stable's blue-eyed boy, The Rock, in the then-upcoming WrestleMania 15. The weeks leading up to this mouth-watering clash saw both sides trying to one-up the other, but the Rattlesnake pulled a rabbit out of the hat when he arrived in the arena with a beer truck. The corporation's Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, and the Great One were unaware of what was about to happen. Austin pointed the host in the direction of the ring and opened the tap, raining beer on the trio as they ran for cover. The hilarious segment took everyone by surprise, as this never-before-seen moment unfolded right before their eyes. The moment has stood the test of time and has become one of the biggest WWE moments ever.
You're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass.
CM Punk's pipe bomb promo. If ever a WWE promo blurred the line between reality and kayfabe so brilliantly, it had to be this piece of masterful mic work. CM Punk was nearing the end of his WWE contract in 2011. Both he and the company came up with a storyline incorporating this real-life predicament of his. The Second City Saint picked up a mic and single-handedly changed the landscape of the Stamford-based promotion forever. Punk would address John Cena and the WWE Universe while sitting near the Titantron. He went on an uncensored rant discussing Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, who were not part of the company at the time, even name-dropping Ring of Honor and berating then-chairman Vince McMahon for his biased practices. The watching audience was left with open mouths as Punk defied kayfabe in a promo for the ages. The promo would later come to be known as Pipe Bomb Promo, and skyrocketed the voice of the voiceless to wrestling glory. He went on to capture the prestigious WWE title twice, and even faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. The promo sure was a major catalyst of change in WWE's storied history.
Into the cover, hooks the leg, the streak!
Brock Lesnar finishes The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. The Undertaker had laid waste to 21 competitors at WrestleMania when he stumbled upon his WrestleMania 30 opponent, Brock Lesnar. This winning streak was so impressive that it was dubbed the greatest winning streak in sports entertainment. So much so that Taker's match at WrestleMania every year had become equivalent to a world title match. The list of his victims was illustrious, to say the least, with names like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Kane featuring in it. It came up to a point that no one believed the winning run could ever be stopped, and the dead man would retire with the streak intact. However, what was impossible for a man was made possible by the beast incarnate. Lesnar dominated Taker in their clash at the Show of Shows like no other competitor. Audiences could still be forgiven for thinking that Taker would have the last laugh, but the world stood still when the referee counted 1, 2, 3. And Michael Cole famously said on commentary, "The streak is over." The image of a shell-shocked fan who was present in the arena that night, with his eyes wide open, went viral online. Such was the impact of this moment that it shook the foundations of WWE forever. This also gave the veteran manager Paul Heyman an iconic phrase for introducing Lesnar. The 1 in 21-1 phrase carries so much weight in wrestling circles, owing to the legacy of the streak that Lesnar conquered. The end of his streak marked an important date in the company's history as a new post-streak era dawned. The Undertaker shows The Rock who is the real final boss at the WrestleMania 40 Night 2 main event. The build-up to Night 2 of WrestleMania 40 was absolutely exquisite, and The Undertaker's presence in the actual match proved to be the perfect payoff. Roman Reigns had embarked on a historic undisputed WWE Universal Championship run dating back to 2020. He faced and defeated many wrestlers during this time, mainly through underhanded tactics. The Tribal Chiefs faction interfered in nearly all his title defenses, making him invincible for over 3 years. The addition of the final boss, The Rock, into the mix made the task of topping Reigns even more difficult. Add to that the Bloodline Rules stipulation that got added to the match owing to the brotherly duo prevailing in a tag team bout against Seth Rollins and challenger Cody Rhodes on Night 1. The result seemed all but a formality, but what happened next was historic. After interferences from Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and surprisingly, John Cena, the Great One appeared and delivered his iconic rock bottom to Cena, leading many to believe that Reigns had clawed back victory from the jaws of defeat again. Just then, the spooky gong of The Undertaker hit, followed by lights going out. He appeared from behind and delivered a picture-perfect chokeslam to The Rock. This ended the reign of terror and helped crown Cody Rhodes the new champion, marking the beginning of a new era for the company. The finish to this epic battle was praised worldwide and even termed one of the greatest moments in WWE history. Truly, a match that left an indelible mark on fans' minds. Marvelous verdict. These instances might have taken place in different eras, some decades apart, but one thing that is common in all these moments is their ability to captivate the watching audiences. That too, without being bogged down by the wheel of time. Some of these moments have become more famous as the years have passed. WWE's landscape is constantly changing, and it's a very difficult job to create evergreen memories in fans' heart. That is what has made these moments so very special.